Good morning, this is Jack from Charting Markets Crypto, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Friday, the 26th of September. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my technical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing, learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to issue trading signals. Right, okay, we've reached an interesting point here on this decline. We are potentially breaking through the weekly middle band, but not with any great conviction so far. I was thinking we might get more about this, and I'm still looking at targets which are below. We've got an RSI with the RSI 5 sell signal made target on the daily chart, and we've now got a possible RSI 5 buy signal brewing. We are at the daily lower bands. I was thinking it might well go lower, but I am wondering if it might just stall out here and go back up. We've reached 108.7k. I've got a couple of trend lines here for possible bull flags in the 106k and 103k areas, and obviously we've still got an open double top target down in the 99 to 100k area. I'm pretty confident that one of those would hold, but I'm not that confident we're actually going to get there. We're getting into the end of the period where we had a seasonally weak window in equities, and I'm wondering whether that might be finishing. And Bitcoin here, we could just go straight back up. We've got the daily RSI 5 buy signal for it. It doesn't necessarily have to go any lower, and I think whether it does much depends on the what happens on equities. On Solana, we've had I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they were talking about this huge decline. Actually, no, it isn't. If we got down to 180, we'd get down to about a 25% decline, which in terms of bullish retracements is actually on the low side for Solana. Obviously, cryptos do tend to move in very large moves, and Solana over the last few months, very much so. So I still like the target at 180. I am wondering whether we're going to make it. In terms of the daily chart, we had a weak RSI 14 sell signal open, and that's now reached the possible near miss target. We're near the daily lower band, and we're holding that area so far. I do have targets lower in the 180 area. We've broken down through this rising support from the June low. I am wondering about a possible test down in the 180 area, and that's mainly about the weekly chart, where we've got this double support here at the 50-week moving average and the weekly middle band. Doesn't necessarily have to reach it. It's the obvious support if we do reach it, and it's backed up not far below by the 200 DMA, which I've got at 165. And if we saw that wouldn't be a bad match with this rising support trend line here from the April low. But those are the two big support levels below. We do not need to reach either. Looking at Ethereum, we've got an RSI 5 sell signal fixed on the weekly. That hasn't reached the possible near miss target yet. I've got on the daily chart, we had a weak RSI 14 sell signal fixed, and that's now made the full target at the close yesterday. No current positive divergence. We do have a target below, which is we've got a pretty decent looking little head and shoulders, which is broken down with a target in the 3,500 area. And that is a nice level of support, and it's a nice target, but we don't necessarily have to reach it. So I am wondering if it might just reverse back up from here. We've got some nice looking target areas below if it goes lower, but that isn't it. We shall see. All right, let's have a quick look at questions, of which we've got none. In that case, I think that's a wrap. I'll be covering crypto again on the bigger picture on Sunday, but otherwise, I'll see everyone on Monday. Everyone have a great weekend. Take care.